Greetings YouTube, welcome back to Final Fantasy IV, and today we're heading into the Passage of the Eidolons. So please do come and join me. If you enjoyed today's episode, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube gaming channel, and let's get on with the show. The actual cave entrance itself is located on this small island in the bottom left corner of the underground map. So you can just go ahead and land the Falcon onto it. And make sure you're healed up. Don't forget you can use the HP MP restore pot at the castle. And then make your way into the cave. So the enemies here aren't actually all that challenging. But they do provide still a fair amount of experience. So you should get some nice levels while you're here. As well as we did before, we're going to once again need to cast float on every floor as we approach it. That's pretty much going to become a standard thing, unfortunately, for several dungeons now. I guess the game just expects you to have this spell, which you will have. And unfortunately, some of the enemies around here, in particular the Blood Eye enemies, which like to appear in groups, do tend to cast death. And if he's got the draw attack spell, then he will always be the one that takes the... if Cecil has the draw attack spell, he will always be the one that takes that death. So just be prepared to resurrect him quite often. And don't forget to recast float on him when he does get resurrected. So we walk south there, and Rydia begins with a bit of a cutscene saying that she recognises this place. So we're going to start just by mapping out the area. As long as we've got the float spell on, then there's nothing stopping us from actually just running over this lava-y stuff here. Like that. And we're going to start by heading east. So this tornado spell is particularly nasty. And is another reason why Cecil is going to get one shot. Because Tornado, doesn't matter how much health you've got, I believe it does a fixed amount of damage based on the percentage of your health. So we'll take care of this fella. They don't have a lot of health in this dungeon though, the enemies. We'll get good old Cecil resurrected. So this is the routine we're going to have to be following, unfortunately, as we go through here. And of course, let's not forget the all-important float. Don't AoE it though, otherwise you'll take it off the other characters. Something we learned in the previous dungeon, unfortunately. Okay, here we're going to head north. Grab the chest here, containing a Phoenix down. And we can actually make our way over to the lava, and then we can see there's a secret path here. And we can't see where we're going, but we're going to end up in another room where we can loot a chest. These Blood Eyes are the ones that cast death. So Cecil is likely to, unfortunately, suffer the consequences of it at some point. 3 out of 3 misses though, I'll take that. Okay, make sure we explore this room. One meagre gargoyle by himself, well, Belphegor as they're known as. Take care of him quickly. And we do have to keep going to the menu pretty much after every fight just to get poor Cecil either resurrected or just flat out healed up. So in this room there's a chest, it's only got an ether, but we'll go ahead and nab that. And then make sure you've mapped out this region, and we're going to just head back over to the previous area. And then we're going to start by heading south. Don't worry, there are not holes on the floor like there was in the previous dungeon. I know it looks like there is, but there isn't. And we'll grab the high potion there. From here, we're just going to head west. Make sure you've explored the upper section, though. This auto... So this tornado is really annoying. But there's not much you can do about it apart from heal afterwards. Just have to learn to live with it, as they say. That gargoyle thing won't be living with anything now. Cure, cure, cure. The fun of it all. So, map out this region here. And I'm just going to head north just to map out this section near the starting area, since it probably won't be mapped out. And then we're going to head west once more. Make sure we map this out down south. Oh, I think I missed some over on this side. Look, right down in the corner. Nope. It's just a trick to get me to fight more enemies. Okay, so it's a linear journey now to the next floor. Once the area's mapped out, we'll grab our item reward here. A Soma drop, and then we can head to the second floor, B2, this is. And we're going to start encountering summoners here, so make sure we kill those first so they appear alone, I believe. Otherwise they'll keep summoning enemies. So first things first, we need to once again cast floats. We can't go ahead and forget that, or we'll end up in trouble. Getting melted to death, no doubt. And we're just going to run around here, map out the initial section of the map here before heading over to the eastern side. And then we're going to come to an intersection in a moment, and we're going to head south. Because here's a chest, we'll go and grab that. In the chest we'll get an exciting high potion. And then we're going to start heading up north. And here's those summoners, so make sure you take care of these. Oh no, that's a foul, no, that's okay. With these imps, by the way, at the back, don't hit those with magic or they'll counter with silence. Back north, once the path splits again, we're going to head over, first of all, to the west to grab another item. The chest is just at the top here, this time a cottage. I'm brimming with excitement for that. Then we're going to head back down to the intersection, obviously. Not much else we can do here, and start heading over to the east. And we'll just end up mapping out the rest of the floor. Grab our second Soma drop here, and we can head over into B3. You know what we've got to do now. We've got a floaty. And we're going to get a new enemy encounter here, known as the Arachnes. And their main attack is Quake, an AoE Quake ability, which we're pretty much immune to so long as we keep float on. Seems pretty silly, doesn't it, that they would have that in their arsenal. But because of that, they're dead easy. So with float cast, make sure you get the crannies, and then we're going to start heading west. And we're just going to basically keep going until we see a chest. These are those creatures I was telling you about. The ones that like to cast Quake, which seems pretty dumb to me. Here it comes. But hey, see these as free experience. That's pretty much all these can do. Pretty ugly fiends though, aren't they, with those spider bodies? So just keep following the linear path. It is easy to miss the sections of wall here, so just make sure you do explore everywhere. Okay, Okay, grab the Phoenix down, then you can see there's a hidden passage over to the west, which leads to another bunch of chests and another enemy encounter. Oh, this is an enemy we haven't seen before. This is a Thunder Dragon, and they do have a semi-dangerous Thunder Spout at their arsenal, but nothing that your party is really going to struggle with at this stage, I wouldn't have thought anyway. But I'll just show you that an auto battle should be more than enough to take these guys on. They can actually also appear in pairs as well, so you might want to be a little bit more cautious then, because you'll be getting double those thunderbolts. And since they're always going to go on Cecil, he's going to obviously need healing in those cases. Let's get those heals going. Right, so we're going to loot these 3 chests, which is a pretty nice haul actually in here. A poison axe and a Kiku Ikimonji. Okay, there you go. So what we're going to do is go to our equipment here and actually sort this out. We're going to give Kane the new poison axe that we just looted. Look at those attacks, and it can also inflict the poison status, which, you know, you can't rely on, but it is a bonus when it happens, of course. And then also if we go to Edge, he should be using the Mage Masher if you've been following along. We're going to go ahead and give him the Kiku Ichimonji to replace the Mage Masher, so then he'll have 2. See? Whoop-de-doo-dah. We're not going to head west there, we're going to actually go back to where we came from. But let's just test out our nice new weapons here on Kane and Edge. So Edge doing about 110, 120 more damage now than he was before equipping that axe. Oh, sorry, that katana. Kane missed, so we couldn't really test that out, but he'll have an improvement as well. After heading back east, through the unexplored section, you'll come to another chest containing a bestiary, so go ahead and grab that. And don't head north, which is what I'm probably guessing you're thinking you'd want to do. Instead, over to the east here, there's a hidden passage. So we're going to take this passage north here, and then try and make our way back over into this next room. Again, just explore the walls here and then head north. And we should come to another chest. There we go. Make sure you heal up before opening this one though. There is a battle to face. Nothing that we haven't faced already in this dungeon, but it's good to go in prepared, I guess. So it's a defender weapon, but here comes the enemy ambush. And it's 2 Fell Knights and an Imp. So you might find it easier to take on the Imp first, get rid of him. But I'm just going to keep auto battle on and let the game play for me here. And to be honest, Cecil's counter attack is so strong since it's based 100% as long as it's the right attack that hits. And couple that with the draw attacks, a lot of encounters just don't last nearly half as long as they otherwise would. So we'll take out that Imp so that he's dead before the Fell Knight, hopefully. There we go. So as soon as we've killed this fella, we're going to give that defender weapon that we've just looted to Cecil. Should be a pretty nice upgrade for him, I hope. Edge is the only character in my party now who's pre-level 50. So he's slacking a little bit, but at least we are levelling him up. Slowly but surely. No, go away you. Equipment's what I want. So there we can see that defender. Look at that, taking Cecil's attack from 90 to 105. I'll have me some of that. And now we pretty much just have to run all the way back, unfortunately. And then back through the secret area. And then back around to the middle section, which you can see we haven't yet explored. So we'll go and do that now. When we approach this unexplored section, you're going to notice that there is a weird device in the centre. Make sure you've explored the whole map, as I just did, to collect your reward before approaching it and discovering that it's actually a warp point. And this will take us to a town known as the Feymarch. And it's a town that's filled with treasure. So we're going to begin by looting all that treasure. All the chests are nicely marked for us on the map. So we'll grab that one. I guess it doesn't matter which way we go, but we'll head down to the south one next. 6,000 gil, that's alright, isn't it? Another 5,000 gil. Oh, no, didn't mean to do that. Let's go back for now. I'm going to make sure we get all this lovely treasure first. A rat tail, that sounds pleasant. And then finally, in this last chest, if Professor would kindly open it, we get a bestiary. And now we're going to head back down here. And we can see there's a diamond or square thing here on the floor. We can actually go onto that to reach a secret area. All located together, so we'll go and loot those. A Yoshi bow, that's not too bad, is it? We like getting new gear equipment, don't we? And the arrows to go with the bow. So let's put that to good use immediately. If we go to Rosa here. Just a generally nice stat increase, isn't it? And she can have the arrows as well. I'm feeling generous, you see, so she can have it all. Now, be careful here. You've got the pink and the blue diamonds. If you go onto the blue one, you'll go completely out of the dungeon, right back onto the world map and have to make all your way back again, which isn't going to be happy times. So instead we're going to head back into the red one. And now we're going to go towards that other diamond that we saw earlier, the other red diamond that we stepped on by mistake. Yes, that one. You know what I'm talking about. And this will take us to another floor with lots of shops and stuff. If we head over to the inn but not actually go into it, hello Chocobo, we're actually going to approach the house next to it. Couple of chests for us to nab from inside. A phoenix down and a bestiary. And we can chat to some of the folks around here as well. Okay, and this here isn't a warp point, it's a save point, so we're darn well going to make use of that. I've just gone ahead and used a heal there at that save point, a cottage, mainly because I didn't want to spend the gil at the inn. That's how stingy I am, but you can do so if you want to. Right, so we've got these lovely shops around here. Weapon shops, armour shops. Let's go to the armour shop first of all. Seems to be going a long way round, but hey, at least we're exploring. And he seems like a very friendly fella, doesn't he? And he is. There you go, look. So there's basically 2 items we can buy, and 2 items we are going to buy. The shield is a nice upgrade for Cecil, and the robe is a nice upgrade for Rosa. So we're just going to buy 1 of each there. We'll quit them in a minute. And then we're going to head over to the weapon shop. So in terms of what we're going to purchase from the weapon shop, we're going to purchase a Blitz Whip, which is a nice improvement for Rydia there. And that's actually all we're going to purchase from here, and we're not actually going to equip that new Blitz Whip onto Rydia because we have a battle coming up that requires the fairy rod. So we'll go ahead and throw that on instead temporarily, but we will be using that Blitz Whip. Don't worry about that. And then finally we can go ahead and equip those other pieces of equipment, including the Aegis shield. And what was the other thing we bought? Oh, Rosa, wasn't it? The luminous robe. A nice boost to many of her stats there. Okay, and finally, we're going to head up towards the inn, mainly to use the item shop. We're going to find there's a nice few items we can purchase from here, stuff we haven't been able to buy up until this point, including ethers, which often come in useful, don't they? See? Although at 10,000 gil, I'll leave it up to you whether you think that's worth it, because that's a little bit pricey. But also, we are going to be using Reflect a little bit later, although you don't have to use the item version, that's entirely up to you. Either way, we're going to head back to the save point now because we do have a boss battle coming up. So I'll go ahead and save. I'm going to finish off here today, guys, actually. I think we'll do the bosses on the next episode, so do come back and join me for that. I hope you've enjoyed watching today. I hope it's been helpful to you as well if you are playing along. Let me know in the comments. It does encourage me to learn that people are actually being helped by the walkthroughs that I provide. And I really appreciate all your folks' support as well. So thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and come back soon as we continue on with the awesomeness that is Final Fantasy IV. Cheers, folks. Ta-ta.